This movie was utter garbage. Did not care for it in the slightest. The movie opens up with a literal child somehow besting Bateman, which also ruins the mystery of the first movie. You don't know if it's in his head or what all could be true and what couldn't be true. Could this be a fantasy he's living in, thinking of killing all these people, but he's not actually doing it? But he's been, you know, so into it that he thinks it's real. Or could he actually be killing some of these people, but not all of them, but thinking he's killed all of these people? It leaves the thoughts to the viewer. This one's like, yeah, Bateman's a killer, and then he gets killed by a child in the beginning of the movie. And then she goes around killing people because she wants to be guaranteed to be an assistant in this college thing. It's so fucking dumb. A lot of this movie's kills aren't very violent, even though it's a rated R movie. Half of them are off screen or mostly off screen, and then we might see bodies later, and it's still not very violent. We find out that for some reason her original roommate was named like Rachel Lee or whatever. She got killed and she started pretending to be her. And then she got a new roommate or whatever. Then she killed her. It's so odd. And their only explanation for like nobody caring is that, well, she's an orphan. Oh, okay, that doesn't change the fact that that room was probably registered for 2 people. I'm assuming they're roommates. Why else would they be in the same room? So you can't just kill someone in their room and then take it over. I don't know. They don't really explain how she got away with pretending to be Rachel Lee. They're just like, well, she was an orphan, doesn't have family, so that's how she got away with it. Someone had to know her. She should have had friends or something. But no, she is an orphan. Perfect plan. And that's all they delve into that. She ends up blowing up her car. And they're like, oh, we couldn't find her. There's only dental records. And I was like, of course, she's still alive. And then we find out that yes, she is in fact still alive. By ending, she walks up to the guy and she's like, hey, my name's Elizabeth McGuire. From an earlier scene in the movie when she was talking to him in therapy, she said he asked her a question, if you could be anyone but yourself, obviously, who would you be? And she said Elizabeth McGuire. And they straight up do a flashback. Like, yeah, I guarantee you don't care about this movie. So we're going to remind you about something that happened in this movie. Come on. That happened in this movie. Why do we need a stupid flashback? To know. It's dumb. And I'm pretty sure that thing in the fucking cover wasn't used. And this girl, I know she plays Meg in Family Guy. That's all I really know her from. I guess I know her from Ted. I watched that once. And I've heard of Friends with Benefits. I watched the trailer. But yeah, anyways. She just does not come off as a serial killer. She's not intimidating or anything. She's just not believable as a serial killer. She's just not. This movie really doesn't even feel like a horror movie. Nothing really scary happens. She just occasionally kills people in like PG ways. I could guarantee a PG movie could get away with a lot of what this movie did. Occasionally there's F words in it. It's probably the only reason it's rated R. And it's not scary in the slightest. This is supposed to be a horror movie. Even if you just, pretend that this isn't a sequel to a really good horror movie like American Psycho. I mean, there's a way better horror movies than American Psycho in my opinion, but it is a very iconic movie. Even if you don't compare it to that movie, this is just garbage. And the thing to try and get your attention, angrier, don't really see anger in her at all in this movie. She's just kind of lifeless in this role. She just doesn't really do much. Deadlier, she mostly kills people when they're not ready for it. Bateman killed people like straight up. Fought the police too. But like I said already, we don't know if this shit's real or not. He blew up a car with a pistol. I'm pretty sure most of it isn't real. But he killed people with pistols, chased people around in hotels with chainsaws. And you're telling me the girl that hung somebody and stabbed someone in the eye and choked someone to death with a condom is deadlier. Okay. Sexier, that's more of an opinion. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I don't like this movie. Killer Looks. Simple as that. I think that's a good one. But yeah, this movie's pretty bad. Classic trailer, whatever that means. She just really isn't believable as a killer either, though. That's like my main problem. Even though the movie's extremely boring and barely anything happens and the plot is just very generic and stupid and it feels more like a romantic comedy than a horror movie, I didn't like the fact that the person that should be drawing your attention to this movie is, just so bland and not believable. No disrespect to the actor, but I have a feeling she wasn't really into this role.